Life can feel like a storm, chaos swirling all around us, pressure, stress, and emotions pulling us in every direction. But what if I tell you there's a way in the middle of it all? In this video, we're diving into 10 Stoic principles, ancient truths that will help you find clarity in the chaos, strength in adversity, and peace in the noise. If you want to master yourself, control your emotions, and live above the distractions of the world, stay with us. Let's begin. 1. Recognize what you can control and what you cannot. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. At the heart of Stoicism lies a simple truth. There are things within our control and things beyond it. External events, the actions of others, and the flow of time. These are beyond us. But our thoughts, our reactions, our choices, these are ours to master. The Stoic sees the world with clarity, distinguishing between what can be influenced and what cannot. And in that distinction lies freedom. To strive for mastery over what we cannot control is to invite frustration, anxiety, and anger. But to focus on our own mind, our own will, this is where true power resides. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. The wind howls, the rain falls. Can you stop the storm? Number. But you can choose how you will face it. This is our power, to stand firm in the midst of chaos and remain unmoved. 2. Embrace adversity as a path to growth. The obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius. Adversity is not to be feared, it is to be embraced. The Stoic understands that suffering, loss, and difficulty are not enemies, they are teachers. Every challenge we face, every hardship we endure, is an opportunity to strengthen our character, to test our virtue. It is in the fire of struggle that the soul is tempered. We do not run from difficulty, we welcome it. For in overcoming it, we grow. Imagine your spirit as a blade, and life's challenges as the whetstone. Without resistance, without friction, the blade grows dull. But when met with adversity, it sharpens, becoming something stronger, something more precise. This is the path of the Stoic, finding strength in adversity and seeing every obstacle as an opportunity. 3. Cultivate inner serenity. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your judgment about it. And it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now. Marcus Aurelius. The world outside may rage, but inside we cultivate serenity. A Stoic does not allow external events to dictate their inner state. Peace, tranquility, and calm are choices we make. The ancient Stoics did not find their calm in the absence of problems, but in the mastery of their response to those problems. How often do we let the opinions of others, the turbulence of the world, shake our peace? In truth, it is not the world that disturbs us, but our judgments of it. When we learn to change those judgments, we unlock the door to an unshakable calm. Think of yourself as a lighthouse amidst a stormy sea. The waves crash, the winds howl, but the lighthouse stands tall, its light unwavering. Practice negative visualization. He robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. Seneca. To prepare for life's inevitable trials, the Stoic practices negative visualization. We do not live in fear of what could happen, but we acknowledge the worst possible outcomes so that we may face them without surprise. By imagining loss, failure, or pain, we arm ourselves with the strength to endure them should they come to pass. This is not pessimism, it is preparation. A sailor prepares for a storm, not because he wishes for one, but because he knows that the sea is unpredictable. In the same way, we envision the worst, not to dwell on it, but to be ready for it, to make peace with it before it arrives. 5. Detach from the outcome. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. One of the greatest sources of human suffering is attachment. Attachment to outcomes, to success, to the opinions of others. The Stoic frees themselves from this attachment by focusing solely on their actions, not on the results. We cannot control what happens once we have acted, but we can control the integrity and effort with which we act. When we release ourselves from the need for a specific outcome, we find peace. We work hard, we do our best, and then we let go. What will be, will be. This is not resignation, but liberation. It is a reminder that our worth, our happiness, and our peace are not tied to the fickle hands of fate. 6. Memento mori. Remember you will die. Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Seneca, death is inevitable. For many this is a source of fear and anxiety, but for the Stoic, it is a source of perspective. Memento mori. Remember that you will die. By reflecting on our mortality, we strip away the trivialities of life and focus on what truly matters. How much time do we waste on things that do not matter? On arguments, on superficial desires, on fears of things that may never happen. The Stoic, mindful of their mortality, seeks to live fully, to live deeply, knowing that each moment is a gift. We do not fear death, we use it to fuel our purpose. 7. Live in accordance with nature. Follow the course which nature has laid down for you. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, not only the natural world around us, but with our own nature as rational, moral beings. This principle calls us to align ourselves with the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. It calls us to accept the cycles of life, the changes, the seasons of joy and sorrow, and to flow with them rather than resist. Living in accordance with nature also means living in accordance with our values. Our reason, our ability to choose right from wrong, is our greatest gift. To live against our nature is to invite turmoil. But when we live in alignment with our principles, we find peace. Principle 8. Practice virtue above all else. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. For the Stoic, virtue is the highest good. Wealth, fame, power, these are fleeting, and they do not lead to true happiness. But virtue, living with courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom, is eternal. It is the foundation upon which a meaningful life is built. When we make virtue our highest goal, we rise above the petty concerns of life. We become indifferent to praise and criticism, to success and failure, because we know that our worth lies not in what we have, but in who we are. Principle 9. Control your desires and aversions. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Epictetus. Desire is a chain that binds us. The more we desire, the more we are at the mercy of external things. The Stoic seeks to minimize desire, to find contentment not in getting what we want, but in wanting what we have. This does not mean that we do not strive for improvement, but that we do not allow our happiness to depend on it. Aversions too must be mastered. Fear of pain, of discomfort, of uncertainty. These are aversions that weaken us. When we learn to confront our fears, to embrace discomfort, we break the chains that bind us. Principle 10. Focus on the present moment. Confine yourself to the present. Marcus Aurelius. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. All we truly have is this moment. The Stoic practices mindfulness, focusing on the present and making the most of it. We do not dwell on what could have been or worry about what might be. We act in the now with clarity and purpose. In every moment we ask ourselves, what is within my power to do right now? How can I live according to my principles in this very instant? By grounding ourselves in the present, we find peace and purpose.